Good afternoon, everybody. This is your Coach Renz, and I want to do part 2 of if you want a husband or a wife. This is something that you need to understand. Now, today I'm coming to you by this waterfall, and there's a reason why I'm by the water and the sun, because the part 2 is going to involve both. Now, first, I just want to recap a little bit. If you haven't saw part 1, it's best to go back and look at part 1, but if you don't, then let me give you a little brief synopsis. See, in part 1, I talked about how you got to understand the law of cause and effect, how everything is created through mentally with a thought. And if you want to vibrate at the right level, then you have to think in the right format and then speak with the right emotional backing so that your vibrations match the type of person that you want to attract or the type of things you want to attract in your life. Now, beyond that is cause and effect, so that you can move up the polarity scale towards the right person that you want to have in your life. Now, besides that, the next part, vitally important, you have a law of understanding called that correspondence, that as above, so below. You may have heard this before. Now, what that is talking about is something you may have heard also when you have heard things such as, what you bind in heaven, you bind on earth. What you loose in heaven, you loose on earth. Whatever happens in the cosmos happens here. Many temples in ancient times were built to resemble the human body form as well as the universe. Now, I know you hear people in the background because there's a lot of people out here, but understand that as you develop, as you do things on the inside, it correlates to your outside. What you bring from the inside will come out on the outside. So if you want to, in order to attract that person, they're attracted to the energy that you send out. You know, there are things called karmatic choices. You make different karmatic choices that reverberate through the universe, through the atmosphere, that brings it back to you. So the law of cause and effect law of correspondence is simply saying that if you got to bring what's on, you got to make the inside match the outside, so that the outside can look like the inside. I know that may sound a little confusing, but it's really not. It's really not. See, the more you understand that you are connected to divine source, then the more that you'll be able to utilize all the other laws, all the other aspects that we talked about before. And like I said, this is base level. It's touching the tip. Now, the last one that I really want to spend more time on is a law called gender. And it's not just sex, male and female, but it's about there are 2 primary types of energy, 2 primary types of things that go on. All right, there is male and female in everything. There is water, and then there is fire, okay? So there is sun and there is water. The thing about these 2, when you look at purifying and changing your thoughts, changing your behavior, then oftentimes, you've heard this before, you got to put it through the fire. You got to put it through the test. Why? Because in alchemy, when you put things through fire, when you put metal in fire, you purify. You get rid of the impurities, and they're released from it. And then when those impurities are released from it, you then become a more conscious being. You then are able to attract what you truly want in life. You really develop your self-awareness. Now, the second part to that is the water. You see, after you take something from the fire, you then nurture it in water. You see, water is a nurturing force. And so you put it in the water. Male and female, you see, we're all born and we all have male and female energy. We all have yin and yang, male and female energy. We all have fire and water. And the saying that we must be born again from water means that we must be purified through the fire and then born again through the balance of the water, so that we must rise out of that water in a pure state. Too many people are mostly fire, and too many people are mostly water. We make decisions in our life because we either want too much nurturing. We're focused on nurturing, focused on being with somebody, focused on being alone. We're focused on not having. And that's a water desire. And we got to decrease those desires. Or we're so focused on business and work and accumulation and having security and things around us and materials that we are so focused on fire. And we don't have the balance. You see, to truly find that happiness with somebody, you have to have balance. And it's not you have one, you're fire, and they're water. It is both of you having a balance of fire and water within you that then matches up on the polarity scale, because you're vibrating at the same rate with the same type energy, because your thoughts have been purified and that you are thought creative. And then that way your pendulum and rhythm will swing to the right and you guys can maintain that. That is like a synopsis of how all of this works together, how all of this creates the life that you deserve, the life that you believe you want to have. And you can have this life. You can have it. You can have this husband, this wife. You can have this balance within yourself. Anytime you are living in disease is because you are out of balance. It's like a person whose body is too far acid or too far alkaline. There's a perfect balance. There's a swing of balance right in there where you need to be, like between 7.1, 7 and 7.3. You got to be in that balance. See, that's that sweet spot. And that's what we're looking to achieve, is get into that sweet spot. So when you take all the lessons from the first part and then add in correspondence and gender, right? Correspondence and gender, male and female, fire and water, and understand how to get yourself to that state of being. Then you will have the things in life and you will see them come about slowly. It's not like you got to wait till you're perfect and then you get it, because you'll always be imperfect. But you will see your life starts changing. You will see the right people attracted to your life. Even this waterfall, I needed water in my life. I needed a place to meditate with water in my life. And people came into my establishment and they revealed to me that this was 15 minutes away from me, and I never even knew it. And I grew up around here, never knew it, right? So it's hot out here too, so you guys can have that. So that's part one. Part two. Now finally, what I want to tell you is that first you have to start becoming self-aware. And inbox me if you're on Facebook and you're getting this, and you're on YouTube. Send me a message with your contact information, but inbox me and I will send you information on a seminar that we're going to have. We're going to have a short seminar. We're going to have a 2-hour seminar. Basically, get yourself started on becoming more self-aware. Not saying that you're not aware of who you are, but we want to become more self-aware. In order to utilize these formulas, in order to utilize these laws, you must first come to a level of awareness for yourself. And we're going to have a seminar here in Marietta at my store. I'm going to have a seminar, and I'm going to utilize one of my tools to show you an introductory to get yourself started on recognizing your awareness, who you are, where you need to work on, what you need to work on, how you can develop and become a greater person. Become the person that you desire and know you can be. That burning part inside of you that feels blocked, I'm going to show you how to break that block. How to break that block down, get rid of it, and actually be able to utilize that force to create the life and create you, the desired you. Right? So it's going to be, and it's going to be a small fee on this. It's going to be $27 to come to this event. We're only going to have 40 people. We're only going to have 40 people show up. We're going to limit it because we want to keep the class size small. So hey, I look forward to it. If you're interested, just inbox me. You have a great day. My greatness is non-negotiable, and so is yours.